Unfortunately, Pascal failed to mention a major problem with his theory, which is, believe what? Members of nearly every religion and denomination contend one must believe their way in order to reach the pearly gates. Some, for example, believe that one must merely accept Jesus as one Savior. Others believe various sacraments are required, while some believe baptism is necessary for salvation. Once you choose the beliefs of one religion or denomination over those of another, you're no longer playing it safe. You're gambling. You're betting that you've selected the correct road to salvation out of hundreds that are available. If baptism is necessary, as some maintain, or other sacraments are mandatory, as others contend, then millions of people, including Christians, are lost. The play it safe approach would force you to adopt the beliefs of every religion and denomination in existence to cover all bases. But if you decided to play it safe by accepting the beliefs of everyone, you become involved in an impossible situation, since many beliefs exclude one another. From the Muslim perspective, for instance, most Christians are doomed to perdition or hell and guilty of the grossest blasphemy. Surah 5:17 in the Quran says, quote, "And blasphemy indeed are those who say God is Christ, the Son of Mary," unquote. Surah 5:72-75 says, "They do blaspheme who say God is Christ, the Son of Mary. They do blaspheme who say God is one of three in a Trinity. For there is no God except one God. If they do not stop their word," he's talking about their blasphemy, "a grievous penalty will befall the blasphemers among them. Christ, the Son of Mary, was no more than an apostle." And Surah 19:88-92 says, quote, "They say God has begotten a son. They have put forth a monstrous idea. At it the skies are ready to burst, the earth to split asunder. For it is not consonant with the majesty of God that he should ever have a son," unquote. So Christians who believe they are playing it safe are actually engulfed in many gambles. They are betting their particular denomination's requirements are correct out of hundreds that are on the market. They are betting the Muslims are wrong for consigning Trinitarians to hell. Many are betting some sacraments are not required. They are even betting the Bible is God's book, despite its degradation, its put down of God. If it's not God's work, and God does exist, one can only pity their fate. If a group of people were selling a book which described you as a false friend, an unjust judge, a braggart, a hypocrite, a tyrant, sincere in hatred, jealous, vain, revengeful, false in promise, honest in curse, suspicious, ignorant, infamous, and hideous, to quote Robert Ingersoll, and claimed the work was written and approved by you, how would you treat them if given the opportunity? Any believer, Christian or otherwise, who thinks he isn't making a lot of wagers and somehow he's playing it safe is only deluding himself and living in a world of fantasy. He's making more bets than a Las Vegas gambler. We'd like to conclude by reading a sympathetic letter we received several years ago from Ames, Iowa. The author says, quote, "People have always told me that there are contradictions in the Bible, but no one has been able to provide me with examples until now. I'm told that you have all the errors and contradictions in the Bible documented. I'm very interested in getting hold of this documentation. I feel that all information, good or bad, pertaining to religion should be investigated if I am to decide whether or not religion is true or false. You offer a very important part in this puzzle. Thank you for your time, and I eagerly await your reply." Unquote. In response to this, I said, quote, we don't have all the answers and errors. We don't have all the errors and contradictions in the Bible, but I do think we've all but cornered the market. Your willingness to give the other side a hearing is to be complimented. It's too bad all biblicist aren't as open-minded. That completes our presentation, and please join us later for the 35th edition of Biblical Errancy Commentary, when we'll continue showing why the Bible is nothing more than the flawed composition of some fallible human beings. Thank you for listening.